Yo, welcome back to the Immigrant section. I'm here today with my boy Max Sheldrick. What are you saying, buddy?
Not too much, buddy. This is a lot. This was much needed. Thank you. I feel like everyone's getting a little cabin feverish right
Hell
now.
yeah, man. A lot of people actually, they're not trying to come. I mean, I haven't asked a million people, but it's like some people are really sketched out. And I'm like, yo, we keep it at a distance.
Yeah. No, we're far enough apart. I also, like, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
The
law is 4 or more or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Like, there's not a huge amount of people here. Also, I haven't been working. You haven't been working. Like, what is the huge risk right now? Anytime I go into a public space, I wash my hands after, I wear a face mask. Like, people are, if you follow every regulation to a T, by the time this is over, you're going to have such a complex. You're going to be a germaphobe of the highest level.
Yeah, right.
Like, the amount of it. Like, did you feed into it the first few weeks that this happened?
What do you mean feed into it?
Like, were you constantly? Because I was on, like, I've stopped going on my phone for like a little while. Aside from like waking up,
like the stats, looking at the stats,
like looking at the stats, looking at every single news article. I was on that in between, like while I was working on breaks, I would be checking and just like, holy fuck, like everything. And you keep looking at that, and you think the world is falling apart. The world is just ending and falling apart around you, but I haven't been on my phone to check news articles except for the stats, just to be like, okay, the curve is going down now.
But it's funny, as soon as you stop looking,
it's
life goes back to normal.
Dude, I went outside yesterday, like just for a walk. You wouldn't assume that there's a pandemic going on.
Oh, hey, if you're outside, especially yesterday was the nicest day of the year.
Yeah,
so
it was fantastic.
Really, everyone, when you see it at crosswalks.
Oh yeah.
When people are waiting to cross, they're weirdly apart from each other, and they kind of like when you come to cross.
There's like 19 people at the crosswalk, but it's like there's a line to cross the street. It's crazy.
Or elevators are like 3 people max. It's little weird things, but if you look outside, especially during the day, you're like nothing is happening.
Man,
it's when you go in businesses where you're like, oh yeah, it's weird.
Oh yeah, it's super weird.
Earlier I took acid. Okay. All right. And, my mom needed me to get something from the grocery store. Okay? In the middle of it, I was fine. I was mad. It was one tab, right? But it was so funny, dude. I go in the grocery store. You know how it used to be? You go in the grocery store, and you hit produce first, and then you go to the left, and it's all the aisles, right?
Of course.
Now it's naturally, right? Now it's, bro, they have it on lockdown. Now once you leave produce, that's it. You're done with produce.
Yeah.
You better fucking make sure you got cucumbers and tomatoes.
It's the arrow system.
Bro, I've never been more stressed out in my life. I'm leaving produce. Like, do I have everything? Like, my mom asked me to get frozen peas. They're at I think they're at the final aisle, but I'm like, I don't want to risk it because once you go down that far, you're done. I'm like, is it down there?
No. You got to start it all over again, buddy. This is a ride. I tried going against the current the other day, and boy, I got grilled. Oh, I got shamed. I got shamed hard.
Bro, there's a whole line culture now. I'm sitting in the car. I'm right before I leave. You know, like you go to a place and there's a line. Yeah. So I'll like time the line at its lowest. I'll get out of the car quickly, get in line.
Yep.
I see this dude. I'm just sitting in the car watching. I saw this fucking asshole. It pissed me off. Do you ever just hate someone from a distance?
For sure. All the time.
I watched this guy approach the front door. You know where the security guard stands and enforces the rate that people go in?
Yeah.
This guy, he's approaching.
A CBO?
No. A Freshco. A grocery store.
Okay.
Him and his wife are approaching.
A guy with a wife?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Twist. Oh, okay. All right.
But the way he's approaching, he's doing that long, sarcastic steps like, oh, am I going too fast? You know, like being such a prick. Like that guy who's being a prick 5 weeks into the lineups, and the security guard looks back at him like, oh my god, this dude still with this guy. Am I allowed to go in? Is it okay if am I standing? Go fuck yourself, you prick. It's been months of this shit.
We don't need your problems at this point. Like, come on. Like, you just fall in line.
I felt so bad for that security guard, like all the bullshit he has to deal with. Like, people, like he's just a guy having a cigarette, just standing there. He looked foreign, like some Hungarian dude.
Man, I fucking lose my mind when people, like, you'll see, it's not just regular people, but like there's the homeless people who will cut lines, like especially at LCBO beer store, they will cut lines so fucking hard. And then the security guard, he just, like this one guy,
he's checked out or what?
Oh, the security guard at one point, like this guy was like, he's like, I guess I'm next in line. He's like, no, bro, you got to go back to the back of the line. He's like, but I'm next in line. He's like, how do you not fucking get this? Like you were never in line. You just walked up and you went up here. Go to the back of the line. And the one guy eventually was like, here, dude, just have a beer. And he's like, yeah, fuck you. This guy gave me a beer. And he's walking away. It's like, you didn't win. Like, what the fuck? Dude, you're a degenerate. Get the fuck out of here.
I was in line outside Metro one day, and some fucking scumbag is just leaning up against the wall. And the management comes out. They're like, "Sir, you're openly drinking out here. We will not serve you." He's like, "I'm dying." Sir, we will not serve you. All right, you keep drinking out here. Like, excuse me.
Man, the people are. I don't know. Like, I think it's even gonna. There's a huge, stigma right now about even people like coughing, even within the mask right now. People will turn, like from 20 feet away. Yeah. 20 feet away, people will like turn, side-eye you, like, what the fuck? You're out right now?
Dude, my roommate was taking the bus like weeks ago, and he was like, man, when someone coughs on the bus, that's the hardest grilling you could possibly imagine.
I can imagine, for sure. Like, people are scared right now. But... also, I just wouldn't take the bus at this point. Like, where's he going?
Man, but people gotta work. People gotta work. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he does that. He's probably on serve now, but like, people still gotta work. You know, it's so easy to just like judge people in the bus and TTC. Be like, what the fuck are they doing? And I'm in a car.
Yeah,
you know, like dumbasses. But like, if you gotta, take care of your mom or get to a job, you gotta
do it. I get
don't touch anything and just kind of sit there. I guess
put a mask on.
Fuck it. Man.
I get that. I get that, but man, it's hard. I don't know.
How do you feel with the car now?
Oh, fine. Yeah. I feel totally fine. Like I said, I'm not on my phone as much anymore. I'm trying to stay away from the news. I'll take the precautions when I get home. I'll wash my hands. I won't touch my face if I haven't sterilized my hands before that.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I remember when I'm touching.
Yeah. No. The amount of times I've had like an itchy nose, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god.
I'm a nail biter. Keep that in mind.
I know.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten COVID.
I can see those. I can see this.
They're better than like the worst. They're not the worst. But
for that car commercial, did you get a
thumbnail? At the shellac.
Yeah, you did.
If you don't know what shellac is, that's where they like mold fake fucking nails and then hit them with UV to harden.
I remember.
Look at me, mama. I'm beautiful.
I remember I was sitting I think it was Groove Bar, and your commercial came on. And
with Nissan?
Yeah, that's such a sad moment when I'm sitting at Groove Bar. It's like,
who doesn't open like that?
Oh, Abbas.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, that's not his fucking thumb. Got a thumb
that
double.
Was a nice thumb, for sure. For sure, that was.
Oh man,
no, I had to get it done, bro.
Dude, I'm curious. Are
you jonesing to get back on stage?
Fuck yes, I am, man. This is the thing where people are saying like, okay, well, right now you got to get onto the live stream shows, dude. I'm not doing those shows.
I'm of the same mindset. Unless things go back to normal and they enforce some weird thing for live performance where it fucks us, then we're gonna have to change our perspective about that.
It's going to eventually, like, I don't know. Once they get the vaccine out there, I'm pretty sure things are eventually going to go back to normal. Because especially even right now, there's people protesting. That like people are
about what?
The stay-at-home order right now. People are protesting right now about that. Like
in the States, probably.
In the States, Toronto. They've had like two. I think it's like at this point 2-3 protests. Doug Ford has gone after him like multiple times.
Saying what?
They just want to go back to work. Like people want to go back to work. People want.
Are they protesting like 6 feet apart though?
I don't even know. That's the thing. Like I know that people are protesting.
Is it like we're gonna be together anyways? Fuck the government, or is it more like we need to work?
Yeah, it's from what I can hear, it's from what I've seen, just skimming. It's people who want to go back to work, like because this is gonna fuck the economy into the ground.
It already has.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, dude. I just, like, at this point, like, our show, I'm curious what's going to happen with our show. Because, like, we are going to start it back up again once we're allowed to.
Yeah.
Which, I'm looking forward to that, but are we going to have 6 feet apart? Are we only going to be, instead of fitting,
I think we should be fine, because we have a show that's a lot of younger people.
Yeah, like,
So
I don't think they're going to...
The mentality around it won't be... And the room only fits 50 people if it's sold out.
Yeah.
So little numbers and young people, I think we'll be fine with our show when it goes back live.
If we get 20 people in there, we should be fine. Like, we'd be able to sit people far enough apart, especially if it's just groups that came together, then who knows? That's what I'm still... Like, no one knows what's going to happen, but, like, if someone starts coughing in that bitch...
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It's going to be like the bus effect.
Dude, that's, like, worse... That's worse than someone, like, saying bomb at this point.
Yeah,
people.
I mean, on a plane.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be
not really, but like it's bad. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna. People are on edge right now.
Conrad, speaking of Conrad, he's of the mindset that they may not allow stand up for over a year. This is like, there's with stand-up, there's so many opinions and theories going around because the government has...
Well, it's possible. Like, any
it's
concert...
definitely not an essential business.
Any concert, any sporting event, but, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to set the seating limits? Like, because they're saying concerts, but are they saying live... Does that include just live performances in smaller venues? Like, concerts is, like, 1,000 people plus, right?
Yeah.
So, like, are they going to be...
I think they're going to define the number of people. Like, my friends, they have Sebastian Maniscalco tickets for Caesars Windsor.
Yeah.
And it got moved.
For July?
My buddy just said, he's like, they moved the date to July 8th. I'm like, July 8th for thousands? It's a theater. It's like, thousands right now, of people. I don't see that happening, dude.
I don't know. Like, right now, over the course of the last week, we were at, 600 cases per day in Ontario.
Okay.
600 new cases per day. But the amount of cases that were being resolved was like the numbers were higher than the amount of cases that were coming in. So the curve is still going down. So there's still like it's only like 2/3.
It hasn't flattened. Yeah, it needs to.
No, it's flattened. Like the curve.
You're saying it's going down.
Yeah, it's
speeding down.
No, it's flattened. We've plateaued, and it's already on the way down. Right now, today it was only 370 new cases.
Yeah, but I mean flattened on the down. We flattened on the top. We've peaked, and now we're decreasing. Yeah, I'm saying they're waiting for it to start flat.
Yeah, what they're saying is that before everything, like before social distancing and certain thing, like they're willing to start the plans to reopen Ontario once we start getting a regular amount of cases being under 200 daily for a sustained period of time.
Oh, they said that?
That's what Doug Ford said.
And what are they at this week, you said?
370. But they were at 4 something the other day, 5 something.
It's going down
the day before, but then they were at 300 for 2 days in a row. So it's like it is still going down, but it still has jumps, like because they're still testing. Like this is why I don't watch the news. Like right now, like this is I'll look at the stats in the morning when I wake up. That's it. That's my news for the day. But that still stays in my fucking head. Like if I were sitting there and scrolling through, watching every bit of news right now, I'd be losing my mind. And there are a lot of people losing their mind right now.
You got to stay away from it, man. I've been going to Fresca, the pizza next to Free Times. Mm-hmm. I've been going there all the time, and it's like...
Well, it's good pizza, right?
It's great pizza.
Yeah.
Fresca Toronto. It's the best. I've plugged it so many times. But every time I go in there, that's how I stay up to date with COVID. They just got that TV, and it's always got COVID stats. Yeah, I'm always just waiting on a slice, and then it's just updating on COVID. But you know what they're going to do? They're going to use Quebec as a test. Because Quebec is opening schools and everything May 11th or May 18th.
What?
Yeah, Quebec
they're the highest amount.
Is Quebec the highest amount?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were leading it.
By far.
French, the fucking...
The Quebec has like...
ass French.
They have like 20,000 cases.
What's Ontario at?
17,000.
Okay, so...
They are close to 18,000 today.
But maybe they got it earlier or something. I don't know. But the point is they're under the impression that they're good to start essential businesses again.
Let's see what fucking happens.
Yeah, if it spikes back up, Ontario's going to be like just watching from a distance.
Yeah, well, It's the same thing that's going on with the states right now. Like, there's a bunch of states that are opening up right now, and yet they hit their like peak for the amount of deaths they've had. Like Texas hit. I think it was like 1,000 deaths per day, and they're like, we're opening back up.
Because their economy is such a capitalist-driven economy that they gotta keep running. You know what I mean? Like Florida, the state of Florida announced that WrestleMania or whatever is deemed an essential business.
Okay. Well, yeah, of course.
But there's no people in the thing. They just kind of like televise.
That's got to be so cringy too, though. Like because
you need that
WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania.
Kadoosh!
Yeah.
No sound.
You will be dude. Kadoosh! Like, that's as cringy as watching these live stream comedies right now. Like, have you seen any of these live stream shows?
I've seen one, and I was like, oh my god, dude, I can't.
Watching people like because
kills me a little inside.
There are, if you edit it properly, then you can do it well. Like, have you watched Andrew Schultz? What he's doing right now?
Though he's doing like a news show.
Yeah. Like he'll do the panel.
I like that flip thing he does.
Yeah, he'll set it up as like an actual, like, he'll cut it together. He'll have an actual monologue set up. He's essentially just building a bit and saying it out.
Yeah, it's literally like the intro monologue on like Letterman or
but it's topical. Like, I don't know if he'd be able
to. For now.
Yeah. Who knows? Like, I'm curious to see how he translates that into like other, if he does translate it into other bits. Like, otherwise, is he going to just keep doing topical? Like, is he like? But that's the thing. Like, if people,
but it's the thing to do because like, you can just build it. You can just pump it out while things are like this.
For sure.
He'll come up with the evergreen stuff, or maybe he's writing the evergreen stuff and semi-developing it, waiting for the stage. But it's might as well burn all the topical stuff right now.
Of course,
you can't hit the stage.
Yeah, like you got to use it somehow. Like, at this point, like I said, I'm still not doing the fucking live stream shows. There's no way. I watch them, and
soul crushing.
So many people have been saying like, oh, well, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt to the times. It's like, well, if I don't enjoy it, like, I enjoy stand-up. I enjoy stand-up so fucking much. I know for a fact I wouldn't enjoy doing that. Like,
there's no feedback.
Yeah.
There's no feedback. It's a totally different thing. It's like, it's just screaming into the abyss.
You don't get it. You don't get any.
That's kind of what this is. I mean, at least I have one person on, so it's a conversation.
Yeah, you got to back and forth. Someone to sound ideas off of, like, and that's the point of these. Like, a podcast is a good idea to have right now. Like, even if you just do a podcast where you're saying your own ideas out, and then you edit it together, or what, I don't know. However you end up doing it. But the live stream ones are just, they're so cringy.
Do you still hit your beats with your bits? Do you still hit your beats as if like the people at home are laughing and like you pace it like they would pace? Because all that stuff moves in real life based on the audience at the time, right?
Yeah.
So what do? Do you just do standard pacing of your bit? Like,
I don't know. It's very uncharted territory, and I've seen no one successfully do it. Like, I've seen no one achieve a point where it's like, that was enjoyable to watch.
But the point of whoever told you that you gotta adapt, that's true. Like I said, once there's more clarity on when we can go back to the stage, and if it's like, we're not gonna be on the stage in 2020, then for sure. You know what I'm waiting? And I've said this before, I'm just waiting for the big guys, you know what I mean? The Burrs, the Louis, the Sebastians, the D'Elias, whatever you want to say. They're gonna pave out the road that a comic, like, all these people give content, podcast content and stuff free. Yeah. And the idea is, come see me on the road. Mm-hmm. Right? Depending on what laws they pass, for the ability to see them on the road, if they can't, then they still got to pay their mortgage. They're going to end up paving the road for some way to deliver their comedy.
Well, they've already done stuff like that. Like, they've done live streams, all things comedy, but a lot of people bombed on that. Like, the only people who I've seen who had good sets on that.
How does that work?
Like, they did the fundraisers, and they'll have planned bits and stuff like that. Like, just some people will do like their actual stand-up routine.
So how do you know if they're killing or bombing? That's my question.
I don't know. It's just crowd opinion.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know. Like, it's just, was it enjoyable to watch? I don't know. Bobby Lee and Kalila, they fucking killed it.
They did a stand-up set, or they just did podcast live?
They just did they had prepared bits. Like, they did. I don't know. It was enjoyable.
Oh shit! I didn't even know they did that stream. But Bobby Lee's with All Things Comedy.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. But Tiger Belly's not under All Things Comedy, right?
I don't know.
It's its own thing.
I don't know.
I thought you were in the know with this shit.
I just know that All Things Comedy did like a live stream, and Bobby Lee and Kalila did a panel on it. Like they did a segment, and it was good. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. But I don't know. I watched a lot of other people eat shit on it because they didn't prepare, and they also just didn't like. There's the the waters for all this is so untested.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of big players who need to make money.
Yeah.
Who need to? They have big houses.
Yeah.
And their income has been disrupted almost entirely.
Yep.
They gotta do something past June. You know what I mean? June, July, whatever it is, depending on the day. They gotta do something to make money. And whatever that ends up being is what us like bottom feeders in the totem pole of things.
We'll see that, and we'll have to follow that to a smaller scale.
But man, I'm thankful this is happening now. I would hate for this to be happening in our headlining phase of our career.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of comics who are at that phase where it's like, okay, they're headlining, they don't need a day job anymore, and then this hits.
Yeah, because
it's like they're just getting by on the headlining gigs, like $1,000 for a weekend or a week, like $1,000, $1,500, and then nothing, and like every gig that they had lined up that they have all their bills ahead of time planned. They're like, okay, this I'll pay for this.
Exactly.
This I'll pay for this, and then now it's just nothing.
And they're at that level where they're trying to make moves to break through.
Yeah.
And now it just tanks. Whereas we're still building.
Yeah.
So we're virtually unaffected once things start going.
Yeah.
But there's some people that may be set back. They might have been right at the door of the industry or general being known.
Yeah.
In Instagram or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just got disrupted and like threw him 2 years back.
Entirely.
Like, what's his name? Killed it. Sam Morril dropped that special and stuff right in time.
Yep.
He's when this comes back, he's good. But someone who's gonna time all his stuff, he did like a bunch of podcasts and stuff.
Yeah.
If that was gonna happen after COVID, I think it'd be in a way worse situation.
Well, man, like I said, there's so many uncertainties about what's going on right now. And like I'm just thinking about like I put a lot of thought into like what's going to happen with our show, how that's going to even be able to happen, like, or when that's going to be able to happen. But I was even thinking like I had ideas about doing weekly shows just so I could eventually inevitably I'm going to have to quit my day job. Like I want to quit my day job eventually just so I can dedicate as much time as possible to stand up and to producing as much content as possible. But then again, like I haven't been working for 3 weeks and I haven't produced fucking anything.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. People are even myself. I'm just having trouble just coping with this change of pace. Like it's weird. It's
so weird, man. And like at the beginning, I was like, okay, we'll watch movies, we'll watch shows. Then you watch.
You can get
40 movies.
You can get bored. We have access to everything, and you can get bored of that.
Yeah,
you can get bored of everything.
You need to savor those moments, and when you have all the time in the world to do nothing but that, you don't.
And man, I feel like a lot of people their social ability is atrophying. Like myself,
that's why.
Even myself, I feel sluggish right now.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I'm talking to people. Things are just weird. Our mannerisms are weird when I meet people. It's just.
Like right now,
it's losing it a little bit.
Like everyone has lost it to a certain degree. I was talking to Paul Cheeky the other day, and I'm like, his positivity, his energy's there, but his positivity isn't. You know what I mean? Like he's still in grind mode.
Yeah.
But like, there's
Jordan's in deep. Yeah, I just did his podcast too. We were talking, but he's at his place. He's editing hard. He's totally focused in on it.
For sure. Like, he's very productive.
Yeah.
But everyone's losing a certain portion of himself.
It's fading.
It's very hard to maintain, like, because what we all, like, everyone in society wants to be around an actual community. That's what we strive for. Like, that's what stand-up is for us. Like, it's the island of misfit toys for us.
How do you think the scene will be once the mics and everything starts back up? Do you think you'll see a lot less numbers? Like you think this is the great cleanser?
Hopefully. I fucking hope so. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, I already had shows. I had shows lined up that I was going to be able to make like a decent amount of money for, and like those went away. Granted, I still have a day job, but like when shit starts back up, I'm going to start booking again. Like I'm not going anywhere. But I for sure think that there's going to be open micers who are gonna like this. This is a huge stopper because they had just started to get like laughs.
Yeah.
And now like they're gonna have to come back, and they don't really have a foundation. They just started getting laughs, and they don't really have the muscle memory to go back to. It's like it was one-offs where it's like, oh, that bit got laughs, but they don't know why it got laughs, right? Like
and
they don't know.
Just may get into something else. Like they may just lose that fervor or whatever you want to call it of just being like seeing everybody every night.
Yeah,
but it really is a hangout. You know,
yeah,
it really is a hangout.
I'm excited because I know that there's going to be some people who go. There's for sure.
Yeah, there's a hangout, and there's a love for comedy, and there's a hangout with it, right?
Yeah.
If your love for the hangout is higher than the comedy, I think a lot of those people may disappear.
Like the people who just like to hang out. I don't know. Yeah. I think those people are still going to hang around. Like I think those people. I think
the love for comedy people are going to hang around, and the people that are like the hangout, they're like. I don't really feel like being around.
Maybe they'll go back to their work friends. Who knows?
Yeah, like I don't really want to be in a group right away. I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. Like it's definitely something that's gonna.
This is our war. You realize that? Like this is our war. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right
We're
now,
the COVID
with the COVID comments.
Like there's gonna be shirts and hashtags.
Yeah. Well, right now,
support groups.
This is the end of the comedy boom. Like there was a huge comedy boom for a long time.
Bro, I was listening to Bill Burr on History. Did you hear Bill Burr on History Hyenas?
No.
He just dropped like
Did you hear?
I thought you follow Burr pretty fucking hard. Don't make it sound ridiculous.
Well, yeah, but I'm like I don't hear him on every single podcast he does. But
I mean, I just listened to him yesterday. I was driving back to Toronto, but he's made the point like after there was comedy before the Spanish flu, there was comedy after the Spanish flu, there's comedy before 9/11, there's comedy after 9/11.
Yeah,
there's equalizer. It all comes back.
Yeah,
I think it's foolish to think that the boom is done. In fact, this may actually like accelerate the boom because there'll be a recession after this shit comes back. There'll be a big recession.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a huge resurgence of like pay what you can shows as opposed to people. Yeah, because people are going to be hurting for money, and if they can't pay for the show, you'd rather have them there.
Yeah.
Just to actually build the rapport of the show, like even just audience. I'm saying. Pay what you can. If they can't pay anything, you'd rather them just be there, right? Like you'd rather have people at the show because it's going to be hard to get people to a show, like get them over the stigma of being able to actually sit in an audience around people like who some of them might not be wearing masks. Who knows? I don't know. No one really knows what the actual climate is going to look like, but there is going to be an actual downturn of ticket prices. People are going to be
That's scary though. That's the idea because you and I know this pretty well that the quality of attendee decreases with the lower ticket price and the pay what you can model.
But that's a certain.
You're not going to get people paying attention like they do when they pay 10, 15, 20. You're just not. When you put money on it, you want to laugh, you want to show.
But you're still taking
into account. We extended the student deal at our show, and all those students came who paid $5 and like. We're just kind of like in this weird. They didn't get it. They just like
but I don't know that
they weren't really laughing. They weren't really about it. But everybody who paid, everybody who gets it, they're in it. They're like, we just paid. We're in line. Like we just paid for Canada's Wonderland. We're about to go on a ride. Versus just going to a place and be like, oh, there's free entertainment here, and you value it as that.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying, but that was a different climate though. You got to think about it where that's pre-COVID. Yeah, that's pre-COVID.
But think about it too. Like as an attendee, I don't want to go to a show that's free. Like damn, everybody. Like who's gonna be there? It's free and you pay. No,
but there's gonna be a certain.
Let's have some sort of obstacle of entry, a small obstacle of entry. That's saying bet on this show. Put your money up front. Do you want a good show? Prove it. Because we pay our comedians. It's not like a game we're just pocketing all this money.
Yeah, I can see
we pay the comedians.
Yeah, we pay the comedians. But do you remember the last show? How it's like, I came down here for my fucking $10. like we gotta, I don't know.
Oh, people went off on that.
Yeah. Well, we did have like pretty like.
Well, if we change the ticket price, we could have changed what we pay, but it's like...
Yeah, right now we can't really, like, when the show starts back up, it's not like we can change the ticket price.
They only paid us $10. It's like, yeah, we run this show and promote it, and we each to
we
$30.
work
So,
pretty fucking. I don't know. We
Yeah,
work
right?
pretty hard. Like
What do
I'm
you want?
sorry.
$12?
Okay,
And
all right,
I give you
here.
each 11. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people think there's big money.
There's not
There's
huge money.
not at all. There's
Like
no money in it.
like the biggest amount that we've made, we still have to split that in half between the two of us, and then put the money back into like advertising that we paid out of pocket. And like that's granted, that's the whole game of producing. Which, of course, we have to do that because we want a good show, a monthly show.
It seems
I
so
missed
distant. It seems so distant, huh? Like a.
Well, this
thing
Thursday,
in the past.
this Thursday would have been our show, and
yeah?
like, this is something that I would be looking forward to. But I don't know. There's nothing. There's fuck all. I'm looking forward to potentially, like, if the curve goes down, then my mom's gonna be like, yeah, okay, come and visit for the weekend. But that's probably not gonna happen. That's a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, she's old. A lot of old people live down there, so it's like concern for them.
Oh yeah,
more
but
so than
also
it is for you.
and also my mom smokes like a pack a day.
Pack a day,
Dude.
You got a pack a day.
I don't know. When this all started, I quit smoking right as soon as it started. I'm like 46 days off.
Well, 46 attempts.
46. Oh, buddy.
Bro,
I'm at like
the amount of years I've known you, and not even that long, 2-3 years, and you probably tried to quit 10
once a month.
times?
Once a month. Yeah,
And then the best is that you talk shit when I'm like, oh, okay, good luck on this one. Oh, well, shit. Fucking prick. Some support. Oh, yeah, I did the first 7 times.
I know.
Fucking
it's really.
quit, bro.
Yeah, I'm the boy who cried cigarette. It's
It's
hard.
Support.
I know. But
Yeah, I get it.
I had fallen into a cycle where I would be able to quit. I would probably quit the first week. Like this would be the week that I'd quit.
Yeah,
and then by the time our show would roll around, my stress would be so high that night that I'd inevitably bum one off of someone.
Yeah,
I would, of course.
6.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Let's be fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the end of the month, I'd try to quit again, but I was probably at like, I don't know, like 46 times. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, bro.
45.
Ridiculous. Well, I mean, stop. You're
Yeah.
saving money, getting that syrup, pocketing that syrup.
Mm-hmm.
It's a decent life, bro. I'm making. I'm doing better than I was before COVID. I'm paying credit card bills off and stuff. I'm gonna be right at zero, ready to just hit that economy once we go back live.
That's gonna be. But then you're eventually we're all gonna have to pay this back. This is gonna come back around for sure.
Pay it back in what sense? Like actually pay it back?
I don't think it's gonna be
just
paid
income
back.
tax on it.
Yeah.
So, by the way, if you don't know, is in Canada we get the Canada Emergency Relief Benefit, which is 2 Gs every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You can get up to 8 Gs per person as long as you had some level of employment before.
Yeah. Well, fuck, man, I'm still on call, but I haven't gotten a shift in 4 weeks.
Yeah,
4 weeks, and they're like, it's gonna become. I'm already preparing for like what's gonna happen, like arguments over the phone where it's like, okay, well, I was on call, sure, but they're saying that the amount of work is dependent on the actual like what's coming in.
Demand, yeah.
Yeah, it's dependent on the demand, and everyone's saying that COVID is dropping the demand. Like it's for sure a correlating factor, but whether or not they're going to be able to see it that way, who knows? But I got to be able to pay my bills, so that's the thing.
You know what I really wish right now is that I could go into the States. Is that they open up the border for visiting.
Oh, dude, they're not going to open up the borders.
Well, they're opening up the border on May 21st.
What?
If you have work there and you have
Okay.
and you have a letter, like a written letter saying that you're necessary, whatever the work you do. My buddy works in the States.
Yeah.
So May 18th, the States are starting again, from what I understand.
Okay.
Like, and Canada too, like manufacturing activity and stuff is starting. And May 21st, Canadians can go into the States if they have written confirmation that they need to be there. But I don't know when it'll be for visiting. Because this would be the sickest time to just like get in a car and just drive through like
Dude,
the States.
I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, I haven't had a shift in a while. I'm still getting money. Like, why don't I just go for a drive across the country?
Yeah,
like,
right?
fucking
This is the
kid.
time. Gas is at its lowest.
All Tisha, like,
Right?
Tisha works from home. All she has to have is her laptop and an internet
Wi-Fi,
connection, which she can just set up a hotspot on her phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't we just do that? Like, why don't we just go?
I imagine hotels all have deals because nobody's staying anywhere. Everyone's vacant.
Have you seen what the amount for Airbnbs costs? Like, they're shutting down Airbnbs in like bigger cities, like Toronto.
Oh, no way.
Toronto, there's no, like, I'm pretty sure Toronto has no access to Airbnb. Like, they shut it all down.
Okay, that makes. I mean, for COVID purposes.
Yeah, of course. But like, I don't know. I think, yeah, a cross country trip
this
right
is
now
the time.
for sure.
Yeah,
but man, it's scary. It's a scary time.
Yeah, you just.
No one saw this coming. Do you remember like when everything started to shut down? Like they started closing off the borders, and people were still on the Toronto stand-up community saying like, "We'll be the last one standing." We were down the next day.
Yeah.
We were done. Like all shows were done. I was talking to who was it? I was talking to. I can't remember who it was. They were talking about shows back in BC where it's like the headliner just was like, I'm not coming to this show. Like, why are you still advertising? There's a pandemic going on. He's like, well, I can't find someone. Who am I going to find a headline right now? Who am I going to find a headline? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just shut the fucking show down.
Yeah.
We didn't even like.
That's so funny. I was doing Corner East.
Yeah.
The day before, like the last day that you could go on stage.
Yep.
I was at Corner East, and every time any of the comedians, we were all talking about COVID.
Yeah.
Because it was like 3-4 days into it,
Yeah, everyone.
There was like a week period where it was like, oh fuck, new flu, and then like in a 1 or 2 day span, it was like the NBA has stopped, flights have stopped,
Jesus,
every league has stopped, school has stopped. Muslims cannot go to Saudi. Hajj has stopped. You're like, holy fuck! Yeah.
Comedy's gonna keep going. Everyone was delusional.
But I remember that anytime comedians would bring up COVID, the whole audience would just be so weird, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop laughing.
I don't know. I had one bit on it that I'd open up with, and it worked. It worked fine, but because I branched it into my own regular material, like it would be about Uber Eats, and it's like they were giving people $7,000 to test out the coronavirus vaccine, and people are like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, buddy, I did Uber Eats on a bike downtown Toronto. Like, what the fuck? Like,
sign me the fuck up.
I would suck a dick for $7,000.
28, bro.
Dude.
Bro, you probably suck a dick for $4,000.
Dude, I'd suck a dick for $100 right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
He'll do it. And then screen just cuts. I'm like, I'll relax.
Welcome back.
It's like Grand Theft Auto, the top right goes minus 100. There's 2 stars for some reason.
Well, what were we talking about?
Have you been gaming hard?
Yeah.
Yeah? I wish, man. This is the time. I've always in my life, I've always
like... a good PC, you could do it.
I could. But I've never been a gamer. You gotta have that thing in you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're an anime
always... guy. Well, even now, I barely watch anime, you know?
What are you doing now?
I'm cutting videos. I'm doing TikTok stuff. I'm watching The Last Dance. I'm making movies. I'm watching Vice Principals. Have you seen that, Danny McBride?
No.
Bro, it's so funny, man. Vice Principals, 2 seasons from 2017 on HBO.
Well, Danny McBride...
What about The Righteous Gemstones?
Okay, yeah, that was fantastic.
Okay, did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
You know the guy that plays the old priest with the white hair?
Yeah. Who are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about...
The uncle or whatever in that
family?
Him and Danny McBride are vice principals in a show called Vice Principals. And it's funnier than Righteous Gemstones, dude. It's so funny, dude.
Okay. All right.
Go torrent that or watch it legally.
All right, I'll check it out. I don't know. He did like a baseball show.
Yeah, he's Eastbound and Down.
Yeah.
I never watched that.
Man, he's pretty fantastic.
Dude, I went back and looked at his discography and everything. Like, he pretty much did it just the way we did Micers.
Yeah.
Wrote it, tried to put it together on the lowest budget, and just built his way up slowly, thing by thing.
What do you like? How do you plan out? Like right now, you're saying you're cutting videos every day.
I'm not cutting videos every day.
Okay, well,
for every podcast I drop, I make 2 videos.
Okay, so are you? What I'm saying is like for TikTok. Like, do you just do you do 1 a day? Or
I 1 a day. Yeah.
Okay.
And I write. I haven't written comedy, but I write for TikTok almost like I write for comedy. Like every now and then, I write just a couple ideas.
Yeah.
Just write a couple ideas. And then every day, or sometimes I'll video them in batch. Like, I'm like, today I'll make 2 videos. So tomorrow I can just drop one in the morning and drop one the next day.
See, I was talking to Paul Chicchio about that kind of stuff, where he's like, you just got to do it. You know, you just got to get it out. But I start thinking about it where it's like...
You overthink it. You try to make it perfect.
But but the thing is that's my mentality. Like, if I release it and it's not something I enjoyed making, or if it's not something that I would want people to see, if I just release it right now, then it's going to make me feel shittier. Like, just that it's out there.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt.
Like,
I totally get that.
I would rather, like, have the quality control of doing... And I'm not saying anything about you or Jordan, but when Jordan's telling me that, like, well, you just got to start releasing them. You just got to, like, just get one out there, and who cares if it sucks? I care if it sucks. Like, because that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't want to put a subpar piece of shit.
I know, I get it. But think of it this way, too. So I wasn't doing daily before COVID.
Yeah.
I was dropping TikTok videos, maybe 2 a week here and there.
Yep.
I figured out what my lane is of, like, content. You see, I have, like, a general theme of shit.
Yeah.
You know, like Muslim and, like, Muslim problem, immigrant stuff, all that kind of stuff. So I dropped that, and now when COVID's... Yeah, the immigrant section, right? Despite your whiteness, right? So anyways, I was going back to Windsor to check out the mom.
I knew eventually you're going to probably...
He's a white guy!
You were gonna
Someone's listening to just audio. What the fuck? they just sear into the camera. They fired my leg. I wasn't doing one video at a time before.
Yeah. When
COVID hit, I'm like, yo, I can't write material because I can't test it on stage. I have there's no fire in me to write.
Yeah.
I just can't, you know. But even though I wrote a bit over the weekend, just because it came to me about the one ways and the
okay, all right. I was like, he's thought about this.
Yeah, oh for sure. I stopped. I started writing the bit out, right? Literally down. I was just writing it out. But but the one video thing came with COVID, and what I was gonna say is I downloaded season 1 and season 2 of Chappelle's Show.
Yep.
Even Chappelle's Show, they have some duds, bro. They have some sketches that are not the best. So it's like it's like
I get that.
It holds you back, being like, I don't want a bad one out, but you could literally just be like, yo, I'm gonna make 3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make 3, or I'm gonna make 1. Put it out. You didn't make another one for 2 weeks.
Granted, I am still.
So it doesn't have to be this daily thing. Just think of an idea.
Well, yeah, like I do plan on releasing something like either this week. Probably this week. I just got to film it. And it's not even hard to film.
Podcast going now, so you can just cut clips from your podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to do that as well. I don't know, dude. It's like, it's the quality over quantity kind of thing where I see everyone's doing TikToks daily right now. Like, a lot of people are.
Yeah, I mean, forget TikTok. Forget about TikTok right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for your podcast, just cut
clips, I get that.
That's it. Forget about daily. Yeah. Daily is, I sometimes I stress myself out because I put in my head daily. Yeah. Sometimes I don't have a video. And it's exactly as you said. I'm just stressed all day. And I don't end up putting anything out. Yeah. So I just got rid of this idea of daily. I try to aim for daily. But if I don't get a video up, I didn't get a video. Whatever. Yeah. Tomorrow's a new day.
Like, granted, I'm still writing down ideas. I'm still writing down stand-up bits. I'm ready for when stand-up comes back. Because I don't know. I'm excited to start churning out new material.
Yeah, that's why I put stuff on YouTube.
I miss it so... I miss actually working on the material so fucking hard. Like, I miss just actually starting... I miss the start of the week where you have... Like, I had, 5 new ideas. I missed where I had the Sunday at Underground. I would start there. I would start with, a few ideas. And then by the end of the week, I would have maybe 2 of those, maybe 5 ideas be crafted into, workable bits. Then the next week starts up again, and then you slowly feed those into your regular act, and then you have, man, I just miss that so fucking much. I would, do you ever think back to, the worst shows that we would do? The worst shows.
I'd do them right now.
I would do, yeah. I would totally do any hell gig right now just to work on material.
Oh, 2 people in the back of the show for a room that fits 70?
Couldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'll take it 100%. Dude,
if I can get those 2 people, that would be a success to me. I remember first starting out, and I'd be at I was at SoCap where it was end of the night, 1 a.m. There's a couple that's still left over, and I'm like, I just drop in. And they're like, "Oh, we got like 2 comics left. Do you want to go on after them?" And I'm like, "Of course." And then you go, and I still got them.
That's the best feeling.
And it's like, yeah,
because they've been there hours.
Yeah, and if you can get them at 1 a.m., the 2 people that are in the audience, if you can get them on board with your fucking ideas, then that's a win. That's a win regardless.
The Comedy Store comics in LA, they got the same thing because like those they all get the final slots of the night.
Yep.
And so you have to work the hardest.
Yes, and that's
what it's
like.
all
That's
about.
young and hungry. That's young and hungry comics for sure.
So yeah, going back to that debate, I was on Jordan Palachicchio's podcast. Don't Be Sorry. Check it out. Don't Be Sorry. It's on all the platforms.
It's a good podcast. I like it.
Yeah, it's a great podcast. And I had Palachicchio on here all the time. He kills it. We're talking. He says that the days of barking is when you stand outside a comedy show and solicit people to come in. Comedy show. You looking for comedy today? Sir, you look like you want to laugh or some shit like that. That is like what the bottom of the totem pole comedians have to do.
Yeah.
Well, that is paying your dues in this game.
That's like it's like getting into the union. It's part of the community. You got to cut your teeth and you got to know where everyone else is coming from because everyone has done it. You don't want to be
literally.
Yeah, like everyone,
especially New Yorkers.
Yeah,
it's necessary. Even like people like do 5-6 years in their home market, Toronto, Chicago, Seattle, whatever it is, go to New York, and they're barking again at 6-7.
When I first started out, we did the chalk. Like we did in Windsor, we would do chalk where it's like 3 blocks away. We would write comedy show, Arrow. And we would direct people and we would filter people.
We don't do that in Toronto at all.
No, it didn't work.
Apparently people are looking up when you watch.
No,
huge design.
It didn't work at all. But like we still did that. We did that for weeks on end. But like still, that's something that
didn't work. No,
not at all. Barking barely works.
No, but here's the thing. That's not true. You know, that's not because we had that argument.
Okay.
Stupid barking where it's like, yo, we have 15 minutes before the show starts. I got some like open micer who's here 6 months. Let's just have him outside. No, there's no walking foot traffic. Let's just have him stand outside and say, that's stupid. That's like, I did this, so you have to do it. Yeah. But when there's an area, when there's patios, when you're near Kensington Market,
if you show
works.
If you show up a few hours before, where people are out on the patio having a few beers, it's like, hey guys, when you're done here, if you want to come in and check out a comedy show tonight, it's only $10. If you show this flyer, then you get in for $5. Like stuff like that. That will work. But like you said, like the 20 minutes, 15 minutes beforehand, it's not going to work. It's not going to work at all.
If you're in like the corner east, where you're in a suburb area.
But we all still did that. And that's still something, now we know that doesn't work, but that's something that we all did when we first started out. And that's I listened to the podcast, and that was one of Jordan's...
His points was saying, like, no, after this COVID, no more. I'm not going to waste my time with... places that make you bark for 2-3 hours and you don't get up. It's like, I get that. That sucks. And fuck those spots. But the problem is, when you start barking, when you go there, you don't know for sure that you're not getting up.
Of course.
And you can't start saying no to those opportunities. Because if you consistently say no to the opportunities where you may get up and you may not get up,
that will shut the door.
That shuts off. Exactly. You have to say yes and take the gamble. You may not go up, but you have to say yes.
Because that's building rapport with those producers.
And not building rapport with the producers, but it's also a gamble. You're not at the point where you get the spot for sure.
Yeah.
The only opportunity is to take a gamble on it.
Well, the thing is that you're taking a gamble because you are a gamble. At that stage of comedy, like when he's talking
you're a comic.
He's not 100% killing. He's not a guarantee that he's going to kill it.
Yeah, I mean, same with me, same with us.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I mean. But it's like, you were a gamble.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's when you're first starting out. When you're first starting out, you are a gamble, so you still have to gamble. Like you have to. It's an exchange. Like whether or not you're gonna get on. Like that's
just everything. Construction site. Who's doing the most labor?
Yeah,
the labor. Yep. The bottom of the totem pole.
Yep.
You know, the basketball court. Who's getting rebounds that go up? The new guy. You know, everything.
It's cutting
like
dues.
That.
You're in the fucking community. You're in the union. You have to fucking pay your dues. But I don't know. When he's saying that he's done with it, he probably is done with that. Like, for sure. Someone who's been doing it, like, I wouldn't do that after 2 years of, like, going to a show where it's
I'm in my 4th year now, and right before COVID, I was barking a little bit. If someone says, yo, I come do my 8 and 10 o'clock at the club,
if you're getting the spot,
sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
If you are getting the spot, yeah, I get that. But if you're like, I don't know if you're going to get the spot, I'm not going to go.
Yeah. Oh, no, you are not going to go. Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying as a new open micer, you can't say no to that. You just get that in your mindset that it's not worth the gamble. And you're going to actually fuck yourself out a lot more sets than you actually know.
But like starting out, like any new comic who thinks that they're not going to be able to, that they're not going to have to bark. Like unless you're a female comic, you're probably going to have to bark. There's a lot of female comics, they don't bark.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. A lot of the times they don't. Male comics bark.
I see Angelica Scanura barking every now and then.
Yeah, but that Angelica hustles. And
Yeah,
a lot of female comics don't bark. I remember when I first got to this city, I was barking for corner, and Cassie Cow walked by me, and she's like, "You're barking? Gross." And I'm like,
wow.
Like, fuck you. Like, what the fuck? Like, just because I have to bark. Granted, I sucked when I first got to Toronto. I sucked hard. And so, like, I had to do what I could to get on stage. I wasn't, like I said, I was a gamble. Like, whether or not I was going to be good or not, it's up to that.
Dude, there's some people, like, they see gambling as being beneath them. Even audience members a little bit. Because I remember at one of our final PlusTime Comedy shows, we had a bunch of, like, Sudanese or Somalians show up. We had that table in the back corner. I think this was our last one.
Yeah.
And I'm greeting them all. How do you hear about the show? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then one dude, he's the one, that one black dude that comes out with that white chick, they're always there. And he brought them.
Yeah.
And then one of the chicks, she goes, I hope the host is great or something like that. And then the one dude was like, oh, it's him. Because I like... told them hi, come in, I greeted them. I did all the stuff that in their mind they were thinking like the admin person of the show would do, like not the main person would do.
Yep.
So they're like, I hope that guy's funny. And he's like, oh, it's him. I'm like, yeah, it's me. I just
we're
still hasn't started yet. You know? They're like, oh, you talk to the people, you stand outside. You're still doing that? It's like,
we had a guy, we had a Joe Fish who did door, but like even with people like giving him the money, when people see like the door guy go on stage, there's immediately a hurdle that guy has to overcome. But fucking
he killed it.
Joe Fish killed it.
Yeah, he killed it.
Of course,
definitely. But I don't know. I think I only saw him perform 1 or 2 times before.
Dude, Joe Fish. Honestly, I look at
put in work.
I look at him and I'm like, he's gonna be fine.
Yeah,
he's gonna be fine.
Put in work. I just remember. I didn't catch most of the act. I just remember him just hearing.
But like that is something that you have to overcome. Like whether or not you're a barker, whether or not like just like if you're doing the menial shit before the show, and you go on stage after that, and they're gonna there's a hurdle that you have to overcome in their heads.
But you addressed it. You, Keith.
Yep.
Like you work at the Underground Comedy Club, and like you run the till, and people pay, and then you go up. I don't
always address it.
You know, but I see you going up there. I'm like, hey, you probably saw me up front, and then at the end you'll say something like, you do your closer. They laugh. All right, I gotta go mop up.
Yeah,
and then they laugh, and you're off.
I usually will not close with that. Like that's something Armin or Keith does, but like I will. There will be like someone who's whoever's hosting. They will address it. I don't feel like I need to address it off the top. I just hit them with funny. Hit them with funny right off the top and get them laughing, get them going. Then immediately they forget the fact that I was at the front. And then when they come out, what my favorite part about that is that even though the door guy or the barker or whatnot, on the way out, they're like, man, you were fucking funny.
You're the last person they see.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, I was.
Yeah. Can I get this lollipop? Yeah, I'll be too. But you were funny though.
Yeah.
Dude, is Underground shut down?
It's like
it's unofficial. Tell me what you unofficially know. Like it's not
unofficially.
I heard that it did.
Unofficially, it is.
I heard that they like cleaned it out or something. I heard that for sure Greenleaf in Brampton is shut.
What?
Done. Oh, I talked to Johnny Body. He helped pick the stuff off like the wall. Like it's done.
Well, like
but I heard Underground is done.
Yeah, it's done.
Dude, that's so depressing, man. Underground I think that was the stage that I was just beginning to find clicking in a stage where it's like as soon as
Underground was the most comfortable atmosphere. It was
for me, for sure, and probably
for many comics, it is the most comfortable stage. especially to start out at, start cutting your teeth and just start getting as much stage time as possible in front of good crowds. Like there's a lot of times where it's like that, but that's any club. That's any club that will have like off nights, but there's the good nights that you still get stage time for. That's like, it's really a hard hit for the community to lose Underground.
It was the only club that you actually saw some money in your hand.
Yeah, like
you know
she's,
what I mean? Like
she's
roster
it's
or not.
unofficially done. She's like holding out in the event that something, like, in like one last thing, but there's probably not going to be anything. That's the thing. That's what's unfortunate about it. Like I helped her move a bunch of shit out of there like this past week, and like, dude,
She got plans on starting a new place, Puff Mama?
there's talk of it, but that's the thing. She's been producing shows, like, even before Underground, she was producing shows all over the city, and, like, Underground was just a place that she bought, like, that she rented out, where it's like, okay, now I'm just here. Like, that's what she'd done. But,
I didn't know she was doing that before.
Yeah, that's what she had done, where it's like she produced shows all over the city, and, like, she used to, when she was younger, she used to work at a comedy club. Like,
I know that. She bartended there, right?
Yeah. And who knows, like, she wants, from what I hear, she has plans to do that, but I hope to God that she does. But
because it's really the person's vibe. It's like it's not the venue as much. It's more so the vibe of the ownership, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
What they magnetize, what the comedians like the comedians they have on, what they encourage, you know, like the way people work there.
Well, it's a very good testament to, like, the Underground was, like, the neutral ground for Toronto.
Yeah, exactly, because Yucks was, like, us and not the corner. The corner was, like, us and not Yucks or Absolute. And Absolute's, like, us and not those other two.
Underground's,
the corner's, like everybody's welcome.
Yeah, Underground doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't care where you regularly perform. It's just, like, it depends on your material, because she would ban, like, some harsh fucking acts that, like, it's not necessary, like, cause she'll have Jason Rouse there all the time, and like,
he's not harsh.
No, yes, he is. What are you talking about?
No. Okay, when you say harsh, it sounds like jagged, as if people are walking out left and right.
Well, no,
it's like a hot.
He's high level.
Blue. He's mastered blue. Like blue material.
He's high level.
Yeah, exactly. He's
like
super polished. Patrice style shit, you know.
But watching people like try to get good at that, she's like, this isn't the place for that.
Gotcha.
Like, to try to get good at that, it's like
come to me with that honed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, you don't want to be trying, like, your racial material out on that stage. If it's gonna bomb hard and people walk out, she takes notice to that.
She's very inclusive.
Yeah,
it really is almost the one. It's the one place in. One of the only places in Toronto, I don't know about the one place, but that's not clicky. Yeah. Corner's obviously clicky. Comedy, bar is clicky to the
Underground can be clicky. Like, depends on who's there. Like, there's certain crews that won't talk.
But, like, comedy bar people are at Underground. Corner Comedy Club are at Yucks Comics, Absolute Comics, Underground. True. They're all there. Yeah. They all circulate through there.
For sure.
Like, there's no like underground crew that's always there. Like, what are you doing at Underground?
Yeah. Everyone talks to each other at Underground, but when you get back to the other clubs, I will have experiences where I will talk, like, at the start of the night, I'll talk with someone at Underground, and then later on that night, I'll see them at another club.
And it's a totally different conversation.
They won't talk to me.
Yeah, right?
It's like, because they're talking with other people, and it's like, why is that? Like, that's so fucking weird.
It's the air of other places.
Yeah. It's like I can't
stop
you're not
talking to this person.
You're not
this person's higher up in the totem pole. I got to continue a conversation with them.
Yeah. Fuck, who was it? Oh, fuck.
You don't got to name names, but...
No, I'm just, like, there was an experience that I had where it's like, they stopped talking to me because they're like, okay, that person here is from New York, so I'm going to go talk with them. I'm sorry.
Someone told you that?
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, like, I'm never talking to you again.
Yeah, that's the fucking...
You're fucking so gross.
Loser.
That's so gross. But that's they see that as the game.
Who was it?
I can't. I'm not gonna get names.
Sound it out. Plug the mic.
I'm not gonna fucking...
Just let me hear it. Sound it out with your mouth. Block
no!
I need to know.
We'll do it after the mic. We'll do it after the podcast, all right? We'll name names after that. But... I don't know. It's a hard hit to lose Underground. It sucks. You want to know. You want to know so bad.
Was it Freeborn?
No!
It just sounds like something you would say. Let's be honest.
No, it's not. It's
Whatever.
not Freeborn.
Okay.
No, I love Jay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's sad. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be something that like he would say in jest. He'd be like, "I'm gonna get like," and then be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, and then hit you or some shit.
But no, it wasn't Jay. But man, yeah, like I said, it sucks. It sucks to lose the underground. It sucks to lose fucking Greenleaf. That sucks. Like
all
to lose
the really homey places, all the places we spent a lot of time at. Greenleaf is just it's dead and gone.
But I think we're gonna see a resurgence of like new clubs after this. Like after like say
I think a lot of shows are gone. I was talking to Jordan. Definitely a lot of the garbage shows.
Yep.
Like our show has the momentum to continue
for sure.
If you're building from scratch,
and also Free Times, I'm pretty sure Free Times is going to keep going, and especially the fact that they
like the business. Yeah, they're fine. The business is fine. Yeah,
because they're also doing Uber Eats and stuff like that, so they're still keeping afloat. And for the time being, we're not producing shows there, but like when it's all back up and running, they're going to want shows back there.
Oh, like immediately.
Yeah. So I think we're going to be fine. But I know for a fact that there's like a lot of different bars that are done. Like I don't know if Groove Bar is going to be going after this. I'm curious about that. But that's
another bar.
Yep, another bar. Who knows? Like who the fuck knows? Because they're not. I don't know if they're doing food out of there. That's the thing. It's crazy. A lot.
And all the Underground was running Underground was running 6-7 shows.
Yeah,
those are all gone.
Yep, everything's gone.
Greenleaf was running what? Handful of shows, right?
Yeah.
You're running the Saturday for sure.
Yep.
The Wednesday.
Well, how I see it is that after this, we're going to have to start producing more shows. Like it's going to be up to like independent producers to start looking at other venues.
Well, it's all going to depend. It's all going to depend.
There's going to be a lot more out of town shows.
Let's see how much appetite there is for people being comfortable to be in groups.
Yeah.
Let's see how many comedians stick around and are like at the mics and are bookable.
Yeah.
And then once we see all that shit, I think, yeah. But thank God we've got our show, bro.
Yeah, I know.
God, we've got that show.
Dude, we were starting out from nothing.
If you live in Toronto, first Thursday of the month, obviously after COVID and whenever comedy starts again, first Thursday of the month, PlusTime Comedy Show, Max and I, a show.
Dude, I can't wait.
Showcasing the best.
I can't fucking wait.
May not happen this year, apparently, but we'll see.
Man, that was the thing. Like it didn't even need to be said when we were not doing the show. Like no one messaged us being like, "Hey, are we still doing the show?"
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like it's like
that's the best part about it.
Yeah, it's like when that happened, we didn't even have to message anyone being like everything shut down. Like it doesn't need to be said when we're canceling the book. Like it's understood that we'll get them on eventually.
Yeah.
Like no one messaged to confirm.
Oh, that was the best part of it. Nobody's like messaging on Monday.
Do you remember
the open mic happening?
No. Yeah. Do you remember what happened? Like when you and I were supposed to go out of town for that show, and we're not going to name names, but he was like, "Are you guys still coming?"
No.
What are you talking about? What the fuck? What are you saying? Like everything's shut down. Are you still going? What the fuck?
Definitely. And that's not the show that you want to go out of town for.
No. And
I mean, love for the dude. That it's really more respect for like being on comedians, like friend comedian shows. It's really more what it is than that going to that bar specifically.
Yeah, it's like going to see friends.
Town.
You're going to hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially that, but
go to touch base with that city's community.
There's no fucking way. There's no fucking way we're going out of town for that. And I don't know, man. I miss it. Like I said,
I'm excited, bro. It's going to come back some way or another. And if it doesn't, then fuck it. Then we're going to have a whole new viewpoint of how these online shows or these live streams or however they work.
It's going to eventually come back. Like there's no
comedy, of course, is going to eventually come back. But if we can't do comedy this year, you better believe I'm going to be doing some sort of. I'm going to really start looking into how to start working on material.
I think you'd probably be good at just setting up like the camera and actually just doing yourself. Like instead of like releasing one bit a week and cutting it together.
Is there a way where it's like? I wish there was a way where you watch, but it has to have a camera feed to you.
Yeah.
So you have all these little like faces.
Yeah.
So you know when you're bombing, you know when you're doing well. Because you kind of need that flow. It's a back and forth. Comedy is just not one way.
This is for sure going to be a time where, like, especially online comedy, you're going to find your own audience. Or your own audience is going to find you. Like, there's going to be people who fuck with you, and it is what it is. But there's people who are going to actually enjoy your shit, regardless of whether or not it's like your best stuff.
Yeah.
They're still gonna fuck with you. But
that's why you gotta make videos. Don't worry about it.
I know. I totally just contradict myself.
Oh fuck, that's the episode. Oh
no.
I'm gonna call this episode Contradictions. Actually, I think I'm gonna call this episode We Didn't Listen.
But fuck, man,
we didn't listen.
I don't know if I want to do TikTok though.
Forget TikTok. Just post. Stop. You begin recording your podcast. Just put it on Instagram. Put it on Facebook.
Yep.
And my word of advice: upload it on Facebook. Don't put it on YouTube and put a link to Facebook, because then the algorithm won't give you any sort of viewability.
I get that.
Yeah, that's the game, bro.
We both did those videos, buddy.
We said, so we'll see if CBC is going to give us money to.
Oh yeah,
Hikers. We submitted. We submitted to have it remade as a full-length pilot.
That'd be sick. That'd actually be sick as fuck.
If they pay us for it, that'd be sick.
Yeah, dude. If we got, what was the budget they were?
We're not to say numbers, but no, they didn't post anything. I suggested some numbers.
Okay,
that would be decent money into it.
Well, dude, it looked great.
Yeah. I mean,
the footage looked great, and honestly,
I didn't submit it with the footage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the whole idea is that they're paying us to rewrite it as a 20, because it came out in 6 minutes.
Okay.
We'd be rewriting a 22-minute pilot script for it, and the character Bible, like the show Bible.
Okay.
With all the characters and whatnot.
Dude,
we'd just be writing that. All we ask for money is just to write that.
Fuck, I would totally do that. Even if we just did it like Skype meetings, where it's like we don't even. Cause, dude, this took like 35 minutes to get over here, right?
Well, how? Why? From your house?
Yeah, without traffic. It's crazy.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
I go to your place all the time.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. Yeah. I never go to your place.
I know. You've been over to my house like twice since I moved.
Yeah, since you what?
Yeah,
I've been to your place like 10 times, bro.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. But anyways, the point is,
I'm just being a dick.
Take Davenport and take.
I'm sorry. All right, we don't need to talk about this, but either way.
But anyways, bro, we're about an hour 10. Let's land this thing.
All right.
Plug your stuff, bro.
Well, I got a new podcast that's coming out probably this week or next. It's called The Family Curse with Max Sheldrick. It's gonna be good. I'm enjoying making it. And aside from that, check me out on Instagram and YouTube. Jesus Christ,
this is for because I cut for my thumbnail. I need to do something too after you're done your plug.
Oh my god,
keep making faces.
I'm just sweating like a motherfucker. Keep going. Okay. Check out our show once it comes back. Yeah. That's about it. That's about it.
You start some stuff while I plug my thing, okay? No, but look in the camera though. Move your mic.
Okay, all right.
Lean forward. There you go. Right. Yo, as for me, if you already know it, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars. Leave a little review. Say something nice. Tell your friends about it. If you're on Spotify, click that follow. As always, YouTube videos come out, full episodes on Wednesday, and there's clips on there. I put stand-up on there, like TikTok compilations on there. It's all on there, so check it out. Subscribe to the YouTube page. That's like the mecca of all the comedy stuff I do. It's my full catalog is on the YouTube page, so definitely subscribe to that shit. Yeah, you like that, huh?
The mecca.
As always, tell your friends about the Immigrant section. Thanks so much for listening. Peace!